gonna say?
I was just gonna say
your camera quality, bro. I'm so embarrassed,
bro. Listen, don't even worry about it. Okay, I spend an embarrassing amount of money on this shit. Okay.
What kind of camera do you have? Do you have
Dude,
like
to have my skin look like porcelain, I'd fucking spend a lot of money too, bro. Jesus.
No, bro, I'm like breaking. Stop, bro. I have terrible.
You look mad cute. Let me just tell you that.
Stop it. My girlfriend's in the chat, man.
Show us your dick.
What are you doing?
just show us your dick.
We're on the wrong website, okay?
You mean I'm going live on OnlyFans right now?
Oh shit! Then we're right where we need to be. Then we're right. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right, bro.
Okay.
What up, Corpse?
What's going on, my G?
I was actually just gonna say too, Cisco, you just lower your mic a little bit. You're like banging my ears out.
Am I loud?
Maybe. Hold on.
Am I loud?
Or is it me?
Can you turn me down? Because I don't know how to turn myself down on this application. Audio.
Wait, is it loud for you, Corpse, or no?
No, he sounds normal to me.
Oh shit! It might be on my end then. Can I?
Yeah, you turn me down. Turn me down in your headphones.
Damn, my bad. Hold on.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back.
What's up, Papa?
Not much, my G. How you been, bro?
Are you in California right now?
Yeah. I was in Florida last week over the weekend, and then I got home Sunday night.
Bro, I can never tell when you're in Florida and when you're home because you be low key. You're like cryptic as fuck on Instagram, and I can't tell where you're at when like you were at Disneyland the other day, and I was like, I thought this motherfucker was back in Florida, and then you'll post something about Florida, and I'm like, I thought this motherfucker was just at Disneyland.
Yeah, well, I went to Disney out there. I went to Disney World Orlando.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Me and we were supposed to go see Willie Nelson, bro, because that fool's on his
Willie Nelson.
My boy, I know, random as hell, but she hit me up talking about like it's his farewell tour, blah 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 blah. Like it'd be fun.
Listen to Willie Nelson, dog.
I really don't. Like I've listened to some of his music, but I'm not like I couldn't name you 5 of them right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, I feel it. It was just like a experience type of thing.
It's Willie Nelson. You know what I mean? Like we all know who Willie Nelson is, and me and her are both potheads. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, oh, let's go. We'll get super high, eat some shrooms. You know what I mean? Like get real fucked up and then just enjoy the night. You know what I mean? Because that's.
How does that work if you guys are both on shrooms and like trying to get home though?
Huh. that's a part of the adventure, dude.
Yeah, I mean, hey, more power to you, bro. You know, you want to ride a fucking dragon home? That's on you.
By all means. No, if that would have happened, I would have probably had us Uber, or like she only wanted to like microdose type shit. You know what I mean? So it's like,
you know, that's interesting because I've actually been. What up, Doc? I've actually been looking into microdosing.
10 out of 10 recommendations.
Okay, now here's why. All right, so I know you guys know my homie Kaz, right? I did a podcast with him one time, and like my viewers know him just because he's one of my best friends. But him and his old lady are like really big into psychedelics and just pushing the brain to the limit that it could absolutely get to. And they know that I like struggle with with panic disorder. Bro, last time I was on here, I didn't have my glasses, and the glare from my glasses is so fucking bad. But
bro, it's all good.
Yeah, like you can't even see my eye. But they've been talking. They had talked to me like a year or two ago about microdosing, and I'm like super nervous to try it only because if anything alters my mind, except for alcohol, I have no idea why, but I think it's because it like, lowers your nervous system. But if anything triggers something like any psychosis in my head, I immediately freak out. And I remember that I was taking. So because I had, you remember when we were in Ventura, I had those. I liked pills a little too much. Let's just say that. But so I started using. So I started trying CBD, and I was using this tincture. It was like a 30-to-1 tincture. I think I have the other bottle on my desk somewhere. But I was using a 30-to-1 tincture, and it was like perfect. But the thing is, my tolerance level got so fucking high. I started like I would take like half a bottle, and it wouldn't do anything to me anymore. So I grabbed a 1-to-1 tincture, and let me tell you, that was not the smartest thing for me to do, bro. I fucking was out of my house running down the street to the hospital because I thought I was about to have a heart attack. so like I've studied a lot on mushrooms and how it can connect neurons in your brain and shit, and I really want to try it. But the minute that something starts changing and I start like feeling weird, it's gonna fuck me up. I know it, so I'm nervous about it.
Well, the thing is so I have never recommended shrooms to somebody, right? Like I've never recommended anything that is like psychoactive on that level, like, you know what I mean, like a psychedelic. Because everybody's response to psychedelics is always so different. But microdosing, right? Like if you're taking the right amount, you will not have any kind of like psychoactive trip like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like you won't be seeing stuff. At best, colors may seem vibrant. You know what I mean? Like, bro, funny enough, I was having like a shit fucking day, bro. Like everyone's always like, oh, be in a clear headspace when you take shrooms. Well, bro, I was having like, I'm about to throw myself out this fucking window of this hotel type day. And the homie's like, dude, don't trip. I got some shrooms.
Bro, so what? That sounds...
So I was like, all right, bet. And bro, we had already planned on going to the Spurs game while we were in San Antonio. And, bro, I mean, I was just gonna go blitz, like, you know, like smoking some dro or whatever. And dude, so I ended up taking some fucking shrooms. I microdosed some shrooms, and I told him too. I was like, hey, bro, I'm not in a really good fucking headspace for this right now. Like right before I'm about to eat it, like this moment of clarity is hitting me. Like I probably shouldn't do this. You know what I mean? He goes, don't trip, dude. He goes, don't trip. Just try it. He's like, I promise you're gonna have a good time. All right, I trust you. Right? Because this is my boy. All right, I trust you. Let's do this.
That's a big one.
So let's do this, bro. I ate it, and I'm telling you, bro, had a fucking blast. Like, and I still had like this, like the psychedelic trip of like life is okay, like everything's going to be all right, like I will be fine. This is just a moment in time. Things will get better. Blah 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 blah. Like because the bad trip kind of did start happening a little bit, like the thoughts kind of started happening, but it wasn't so profound on my brain. You know what I mean? So it wasn't so profound. Like these thoughts weren't so deep. You know what I mean? Because it's like, to me, to have like a real shroom experience, you need to be at like 2 grams, 2 to like 3.5. Now you're talking about like you're fucking tripping. Yeah, you know, like you're kind of like, whoa. Anything more than that, you're like swinging from God's nutsack. You know, you're like out of body fucking space elves, fucking space warrior.
Yeah.
But if you do like, I'm talking about just like the smallest amount, bro, it's game changing. I liked it more than smoking weed.
What about you, Zero? Have you ever tried like any out of body experience, like psychedelics, or had that kind of experience? Maybe not even with drugs, just like where you're like, oh fuck, I feel like not myself right now.
Not that I could think of. I think that type of shit. I don't know. I don't think I could deal with it very well. I want, like, part of me wants the experience of like psychedelics, but another part of me is like, bro, I don't know. I think in my opinion, I think there's like a part of, if you get like really deep into that, there's a part of like probably your like soul that like if it gets lost, you're done. So
that's my fear
in my head about that shit.
No, that's a real thing, because I have homies that have done like DMT, all those fucking crazy shit, and that's my thing is that the stories that you hear about that is always like, oh well, I was gone, I was watching myself do this and do that, and then it's like when you come back from that, how do you feel normal? Like how do you remember what you felt like prior to that? Like you literally just change your whole aspect on everything that's ever happened to you.
It's like having it's like having baseline life, and then when you have that like trip, it's like life times 2, and then how do you go back to regular Like, I'm supposed to just drive a Honda fucking Civic and go to my job. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I just saw God like yesterday.
I just saw God. All right, so okay, so that's interesting that you brought that up. Like, I'm supposed to get in my Honda Civic and just go to my work and do that. Like, do you guys ever think about like what did you want to do when you were a kid? Like, what were you like? I don't mean kid like 5 years old. I want to be a firefighter. I mean like when you were like 16, 17 years old. Like, how close are you to what you wanted to do?
I don't know who's gonna answer this.
I don't know. Corpse just looked at me like I was crazy.
I actually wanted to study quantum physics and mechanics.
Jesus, that's pretty ambitious.
And now you're fucking installing solar panels.
And doing a podcast and smoking Mad Dro. And just like fucking partying on the weekends. You know what I mean? No, I was very, very interested in quantum mechanics and its physics. Like, the study of observation was always very appealing to me. And I think that's kind of what bred my curiosity to where I am now. Right. So I feel like I still stumbled into my purpose type of thing. But when I was younger, bro, and like even now, like I'm obsessed with the stars. I'm obsessed with space and reality and how it like relates to each other. You know what I mean? Like even like talking about like shrooms, like you go to a different dimension, dude. Like your god body status.
You know actually I mean? Ant-Man.
Yeah, bro.
You're actually fucking Ant-Man. No, that's dope. But is that still something that you would want to do? Like, are you going to pursue that at some point? Because we're still young. Like, even though we're getting up there, you know, like late 20s, early 30s. I mean, are you still going to pursue it?
I look at it like this: is that yeah, I am in my 30s, and I love dancing, and I'm like, if I wasn't into that, like say 16, 17, if that never happened, there was always this underlining desire to be on stage, right? I loved dancing. I've always loved dancing. Dude, I was in school plays, bro, since like first grade. So the stage, that light, you know, commanding the crowd, that type of stuff, I've always loved that. Like, you know what I mean? So as far as stuff like regarding like the science and how reality, all that shit, like I have nothing to contribute to that. You know what I mean? Like I have, there's nothing that makes me that curious about. I want to understand it. That's it. I don't want to.
Yeah, but once you start like reading into it and look at something, maybe you find something you're like, oh fuck, like this was something that I didn't even realize, and then boom, like that's your niche. That's what you really dig into. Like you can't say that. You know what I mean? Like,
I can agree with that. I agree with that. I can agree with that. But just sitting where I am today, I would love to pursue it, but just more on a conversational basis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I could, like, bro, if I had Neil deGrasse Tyson's phone number, I would be on his line every single fucking day. Like, not even like on fangirl shit. Like, literally, like, hey, bro, what does this mean? Like, or, oh, hey, I researched this. Cause this is like my Twitter, bro. Like my Twitter, I fucking like so much stupid shit where it's like black holes and fucking like, you know what I mean? Black holes and the sun collapsing. And
talk about black holes in space, right?
You know what
those black holes.
the craziest theory I've ever heard was from Stephen Hawking. The fact that he thinks that we're able to, rest in peace, the fact that we're able to theoretically go forward in time using a black hole is crazy.
Well, I mean, the concept is, have you read about that, right? Like you read about why he believes that, right? No. So there's multiple different ways that people. So there's multiple different types of black holes, is what they're starting to say. There's some that if we get close enough to it, it'll look like, bro, we could be light years away from it, and it would rip us to shreds. That's how powerful it is. But you know, Stephen Hawking's Hawkins believed that like we've already teleported through black holes, like not the Earth itself, but like our whole solar system has gone in and out of holes. But the theory doesn't make sense, especially not like within the last couple hundred years, right? Because our solar systems are still the same, but he believes that there's black holes that are bigger.
to my understanding, as far as like the, at least one of the theories that I heard from Stephen Hawking was that like, so you have like a black hole, and theoretically, if you can calculate how close you could get to it, so you have like this black hole, and then you take a spaceship, and if you get close enough to not get pulled into what?
Put that finger in there, dog.
No, I'm not gonna
Put it in a black hole.
If you get theoretically, if you get close enough to where you're not actually gonna hit the black hole and get shredded, you can. There's like a fine gradient point to where time is slowing down, so that you're going forward. So you're actually slowing down time for yourself, and the world is moving as constant as possible. So to outsiders, you'll look like you're just like you've stopped moving at some point, but you're just moving incredibly slow. And to the rest of the world, they're going to start moving really, really quickly from your perspective in that spaceship to like, if you were to still see the world, you'd start to see it like revolve hella quick. But as soon as
yeah.
Have you heard this?
Yes.
That was an insane theory to me. And
it's the event horizon. It's like if you can get the event horizon and turn around, you would start to see time move at a different speed.
Because theoretically, like the black hole is so strong enough, if I remember this correctly, that not only light can't escape it, but the pull will pull you so fast that at some point, like the physics start to break down, so time slows down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I understood.
Because time is outside of our physics. That you want to talk about some shroom talk. You know what I'm saying?
Just without the psychedelics, it's already fucked.
Yeah, imagine with psychedelics and fuck, bro.
Nah, I can't handle it.
But what about you, bro? Are you close to what 17-year-old Zero wanted to be doing in his life?
Yes and no, I guess. I think there was like a breaking point where I kind of like, well, to be transparent, I wanted to be a YouTuber when I was 17. So
you're
fucking doing it, dog. What the fuck you mean? You're fucking doing it.
Like the thing is yes and no. I don't want to say I've given up, right? But I'm just not putting so much pressure on the fact that I'm not making a living out of this. I know it's gonna like take time. I know it might never happen, but I'm gonna give it my all until I'm either not interested anymore or until like, you know, I've fallen out of love with the craft. But until then, I'm true to, I think, like the love for the craft. I'm not here for like necessarily the money anymore is what used to drive me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like what I was gonna get to is, you know, we work so hard. We all live in California. We know how fucking expensive it is to live out here. You know what I mean? And so, how do you find the balance between wanting to work for a lot of money? Because obviously we all love money. How do you find the balance between working to try and make a lot of money for yourself, but at the same time, as we get older, we realize that we're losing more time. You know what I mean? It's going faster, especially because we're older, especially because we work full-time jobs, things of that nature. So how do you find the balance between working to try and make the money that you want to make, but also like doing what you want to do when you want to do it and not making it so that you go crazy? Because a lot of people deal with mental health issues when they try and go rich, you know what I mean? And then they're sitting up there at the top on the throne by themselves, and they're like, yeah, I'm rich, but I'm here by myself. You know what I mean? So how do you find that balance?
Before we start on that, I wanted to hear what you have to say about what you wanted to do when you were like 17.
I was a dancer just like Putch was. And,
okay.
You know, I loved the stage. I loved the same, like he said, like crowd control and just being under those lights. But I knew that I didn't want to dance forever. And then, so I fell in love with psychology. And so as I started getting older, like I got into sales and I realized that I was a really good salesperson. So I always told myself that I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And
okay. I can see
whether it was for like training people or just like a life coach in general. And this is what my mother always asked me. She's like, well, how come you haven't done it yet? And one, I want to get my degree. But two, I've always had this concept in my head that you have to accomplish something in your life in order to become like a life coach or or a motivational speaker. And the more that I've gotten older, I've been told that's not true. Like I could literally share my experiences that I've been through in my life and it could change somebody's life, or like my outlook on life and the whole love concept that I always talk about, and it could change somebody's life. So I am pushing for that. Then that's why, like at work, I always say like I would love to be a facilitator, or I want to be a supervisor because I love helping people. But then I also want to like step up from there. I don't like being baseline. I'm not a fan of being baseline, but I'm okay with the stepping stones to get to where I need to get. And I want to like pull people up with me. Like if I ever feel like I'm above, I always like reach down to help pull up. And if I ever feel like I'm below, then I'll do what I need to do to get up. Because there's not a lot of people that will reach down. But if you build the right team, then everybody's pulling and pushing each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's sick. I can see that too. I think honestly you do have what it takes to be motivational speaker and somebody that could change opinions based on like just talking to them.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. And you haven't even known me that long. But I appreciate that.
And I think really, bro, and I know for sure we've talked about this a few times, Cisco, is like everybody's view of success is going to be different, right? So I think that's like the first thing people got to come to terms with, right? Your value of success is going to be different than somebody else's, right? Somebody who's living in a mansion in the hills, right? That might be their view of success, where there's another man living in a log cabin somewhere out in fucking Montana with no internet, barely any running water, and that's a success. That's the fruits of his labor, and that's what he wants. So success looks different to everyone. First off. Second, like when we're for me especially nowadays, like I feel like I'm losing more time with like dancing. I'm losing more time with like the painting and the stuff that I do, writing and stuff, right?
Oh, by the way, hold on real fast. Time out. Why you said that?
Wait, I'm going to get a jacket while he's gone.
All right.
Because I'm cold.
Everybody, we're live in the smoking section. 0%. SAVE1 Gaming. Oh, my fucking guy. What is it? Guy.
This sits on my coffee table in my house.
Where the river ran dry?
This is Corpse's book that he wrote of poems.
Wait, what is it?
It's Corpse's book of poems. It's in
Oh shoot. That's sick.
My bad, dog. I didn't mean to get you emotional, but I just want to let you know this sits on my coffee table every single day. And I probably read this like 4 times.
That's me and my dad's work. So thank you, bro. Thank you for real. But so I think that you fucked me up.
Damn, bro.
I've noticed a difference in myself though when I don't dance as much. I notice a difference in myself when I don't write as much. I notice a difference in myself when I don't work out, right? So I gotta start saying like nap times or the fucking endless scrolling has got to stop. Like, so I think a way for people to find balance or stay in balance, the way I stay in balance, is I'm always making audits of my life, bro. Like, are these people that I met at the bar, like that I chill with, like, they're cool people. Like, do I need to see them this weekend, or do I need to get some rounds in the lab, or do I need to sit down and write some poetry or read my favorite book? Like, you know what I mean? Like these people I'm hanging out with, or these things that I'm doing, or picking up the extra shift just so I have some extra drinking money. Like, no, I don't need to do that. Like, I don't need that money. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't need it. What I want and what I need is these other things. So sure, I might not have $400 pair of shoes, right? But I have a $400 an hour skill set in my dancing. Like, you know what I mean? Or with clothing, I see people wearing my shirts, my buddies reading my books. Like, I have these other things that bring me fulfillment. So 100K,
that's your success. That's your success, other than what's in your pocket.
That's my success. I don't need a $300,000 a year fucking salary job where I went to school for 10 years. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life, bro, because that's going to take away from these other things that keep me sane. They keep me, they make me good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, It's what I need in my life. Like some people need to be able to express themselves through gaming or whatever, YouTubing or podcasting or this or that, making candles. Who cares? They need that. I need that. So that's me finding balance for my success. Mine.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought there was a sorry, go ahead. You were gonna say
no,
something.
I was just gonna say, like, I think once you find that balance, I mean, because I do it subconsciously with balance, and because I've gone so far away from things that I used to love when I was younger, like my graffiti, dancing, skating. Man, I wanted to be a pro skater, bro. Like I was so dope. I was dope with my graffiti. I was dope at dancing, you know. But I just love art in general. Like that's why I build fish tanks. That's why I have art hanging up in my house. Like canvases that I've done, canvases that my friends have done, because I still want to balance myself. Like, hey, don't forget where you came from. Like, yeah, you're up onto bigger and better things, but man, I wish I could go paint again. I wish I could go skate again. I wish I could go dance again. And I know that I could do all those things, but it's just not in the cards right now. You know what I mean? I have other things that I want to accomplish, but I must go ahead, say what you're gonna say first, Zero, and then I kind of want to retract back to this more so for like a balance between the conversation. Go ahead.
No, I was actually just gonna say it's funny that like Course was literally talking about something that I've been trying to like do a little bit in my life, but less with I guess myself and more with other people. Because I think I think more with maybe not this generation, but more recently, like more recent years, it feels like the job has been less important to us than like keeping up with ourselves and making sure that like the people around us and the people and the things that make us like sane at the end of the day are going to be there to kind of support us, because we kind of realize that like, oh shit, when I turn 60, like I'm going to have this check and I'm going to have this like, 401k, and that's great. But like, what did I spend my time on? Like, what did I love to do? What can I like on my gravestone, maybe not on my gravestone, but like on my maybe deathbed when I'm telling my grandchildren, like, I love to film. I did these films, like you could look them up. I love to dance. I used to do graffiti. Here are some of my art pieces, or like, little things like that'll like keep us sane throughout life. But I think I've been trying to do that more with the people around me and trying to schedule out like recently I've told my girlfriend like multiple times, like, do you think I've spent enough time with you? Like, do you think you need more time with me? Like, what would that look like? Like, is it a date? Does it just like mean we're making food together? What does that mean? And like, I'm trying to do that with more people in my life.
That's good, but it's interesting. That's good that you do that, especially with your girlfriend, because that means that you communicate. And when you say like, "Hey, what do you need from me?" That's really big. Like that's really grown up of you, and a lot of people don't do that these days. But
appreciate that.
What I will say is, there's danger in that zone of, well, I don't want to be on my deathbed and say I didn't do these things, because that's so funny that we're talking about this, because I literally was just thinking about this earlier today. I used to go to Vegas every single month. Sometimes I would go twice a month. And it's because I had the money to go and I was doing it. And my friend would always, like, if I blew like 8K on a weekend, my friend would be like, yeah, bro, like you're going to be on your deathbed and you're going to be like, I did this. And you can't take the money with you anyways. And it was like, that was dangerous as fuck.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
But I'm living off the mindset that you just said, right? Like, when I'm 60 years old or on my deathbed, I don't want to be like, oh, look at all this money I have, and now I can't take it with me, so might as well spend it while I'm young.
True.
But now as 31-year-old Cisco, that was the stupidest fucking shit I could have ever done. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I had a great time. I have great fucking memories, but I didn't have to go that frequently. So, and it, like, hearing how you say now in this generation, work has become less important and doing the things that you want to do is more important. I think that's dumb. Because there's no balance. Like, if you can balance out the two, like if you're able to work hard for everything that you have, and because think about it, like, and I'm not bashing anybody, okay? But those people still live at home with their parents. don't have the things that they need. They probably
I see where
spend
you're coming from. I see where you're
way
coming from.
more. They probably spend way more fucking money, uh, going out and doing those things than they do on what's important for their growth. You know what I mean? Like those are the people that aren't gonna have kids till they're 40, and then even then, like they're not gonna know how to raise a kid correctly. So everything is changing in that aspect, and maybe I look at that as stupid because like I'm kind of old school and I don't want to have kids when I'm 40. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But and I don't think that you should be 35 still living at home. Like I think that you should be kind of still finding yourself, but still somewhat on a career path at 35. I mean, unless you're going back to school and your parents are caring for you and all this stuff because you're going back to school, then cool, I get it. But like you're a grown ass fucking person. Like, what do you have to show for yourself? That you went backpacking in New Zealand? That's great. But how does that change? Your morals. That's
now,
just how
like,
I look at it.
Like for some people though, like I can't, like I don't want to blame them for having the privilege of being able to stay with their parents. You know what I mean? Because if I could go back, if I could go back, absolutely. You know what I mean?
Say less.
But I also see what Zero's saying is like people are putting the more time and effort into keeping up with some of these hobbies. You know what I mean? And saying that the career is like, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like like the job isn't so important as long as they're able to still facilitate and do the things that they want to do on the side. Like, you know what I mean? Like back in the day before,
that's different.
Yeah. But I'm seeing both sides. Cause on the other hand, like before Elijah, working at the restaurant, we're smashing these tables out. I'm going to the session afterwards. I'm gonna be there until 4 a.m, coming home by 5. I don't give a fuck. Going to do it all over again the next day. Like, you know what I mean? But Elijah's born. Now a man gotta work, fam. Like I gotta work, bro. I gotta work. Cause like, so I ain't going to every lab, but I'm still working a job that allows me to get to a lab. So if I got that time and energy, I can pull up. You know what I mean? And you know me, I pull up. So
and that's actually what I was gonna ask too. Is I was gonna see the difference because you and I both have children who are the same age. You know what I mean? And it's like I low key was the same way. As soon as Peanut was born, I was in the gym every day. Like while Tierra was pregnant, I was in the gym every day because I was like, I gotta get right. I gotta get my mind right for when this kid comes. I don't want him to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old and me not be able to lift him. Like I don't want to be not in shape when we have to go run at the park and I have to go do this stuff with them. And I'm gonna be on like I want to be there so I can help this person that I got pregnant, help her with the shit that she needs. But I also need to make sure that the house and the money is ready before my son gets here. And now even now it's like I'm still doing the things that I have to do in order to provide for him. And I don't even live with him. You know what I mean? But that's still my offspring. I still gotta care for him. So like I think that's the difference though. Zero is like right now you only have yourself to live for. You know what I mean?
I think we're coming from different places at the end of the day.
It's different experiences. Like like I said, I have someone that I have to care for.
Yeah.
But I still agree with you. Like I still need to go do the things that I have to do. And that's like going on the cruise last year. I'm gonna be in New York next month. I'm gonna probably be in Philly by the end of the year. Like I still get to go do the things that I'd like to go do. You know what I mean?
See, and that is the balance too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think the real balance that even us as single parents or anybody just in general, no kids, period. Like, whether you want a family or you don't, right? You need to do the things like I used to say it like this, like your purpose is the things that come out of you. You get what I'm saying? Like these things that naturally come out of you. Some people like comedy. Some people like to fucking write books. Some people want to go hiking. Whatever that natural calling, that's your purpose, fam. That's what you need to be doing every single day. Your job is your service to the community. Like us as American taxpayers, we work to stimulate the economy and to make sure that we are good law-abiding citizens. Some of us fall through the cracks, whatever, right? So, some of us get in trouble, whatever. But for the most part, if you are maintaining a 9-to-5 job and you're going home and then picking up a hobby on the side, you don't have much time to be getting into shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's the balance nowadays is coming where it's like, what is my purpose? And then what is my service to my community? And I think a lot of people I started thinking that during COVID, because mad people started coming up, like once the lockdowns happened, mad people started coming up with these little side gigs, like these little hobbies and businesses. And it's like, you should have been doing this, bro, 6 months ago. Why'd you wait for the whole world to get shut down? No one can even shop right now. Everyone's broke. Like, why are you doing
that's
this?
when content creation got really big.
I wanted to. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
No, you're not. Go ahead.
Feel
free to interrupt. By the way, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I just don't want to I don't want to dominate or anything. I just want to I want to hear everybody's point to then address something. Damn, I just had something too.
That's why you interrupt.
Give me a second, because I had a thought when you said that. I think there's a weird thing that's happening with younger kids, and a lot of people get mad at them because they're like, bro, you don't want to fucking work, this, that, whatever. This is the real world, right? And to some degree, that's kind of where you're coming from, at least from what I understood. Correct me if I'm wrong. To where you're basically saying it feels like the younger generation is kind of sacrificing the fact that they need to work hard in their younger years to be able to establish a life that later they'll be able to reap what they sowed in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of been the culture for a long time, and it feels like younger generations bro, fuck that. I'm young once. Do I want to be here 40 hours a week, or do I want to be here whatever, 30, 20 hours a week? And I kind of wish that I could live off something like that and still have other things, but I think, and still have other hobbies and have my life as a young adult, or young 16, 17-year-old. But I think also what's happened is I don't know if it's super common that people have hobbies anymore. I think it's been really fucked up to kind of grow up in a generation where Instagram and a lot of social medias have robbed people's time and ability to develop things that they like outside of likes and views and shit like that. And it's stupid because I'm doing fucking YouTube videos, but
it's not. It's different though. That's different.
But the videos, even before YouTube, I was filming shit with my family and saying yo, I got the camera, come in, we're gonna shoot this fucking skit, and we're not gonna post it anywhere because YouTube wasn't a thing. Instagram wasn't. I wasn't into Instagram. And I was some 7-year-old who was trying to get the shots right. So that's how I know I kind of do love the sport of it all. But yeah. I don't know if I was 7-8-year-old me today. I don't know where that line would be hella blurry for me, because I would have YouTube and Instagram and the TikToks and the Reels to be able to post everything to. I don't know if I'd be able to, in my head, be able to differentiate do I love the craft or do I love posting shit on TikTok?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is if you can continue to do it without anybody seeing this is what I learned in doing graffiti. If you can go and do it because you like to do it and you know that nobody's gonna see it, then that means that you appreciate the craft. Mm-hmm. Right now, right? If the three of us are streaming live, if I literally had 0 viewers, I would enjoy doing this. Mm-hmm. If I played video games and kept streaming and nobody watched, I would still do it because I enjoy fucking doing it. You know what I mean? And to revert back to what you were saying earlier about I'm only young once. So why the fuck do I want to work? Why don't I go do the shit that I want to do? Well, there's multiple things that lie into that, right? It's how are you going to get the money to do the things that you want to do? Mm-hmm. Not everybody has the luxury of having, parents that are wealthy and well off.
Oh yeah.
Two, wouldn't you rather work for yourself right now and retire at an early age, 40, right? Because I'm closer to 40 than I am to 20 now. I know that at 40 years old, I'm still going to be able to do the shit that I want to do. So why wouldn't I work from 18, 19, build what I want to build and put in those hours so that at 40 I can, go and do all the shit that I wanted to do. But because would you rather be young and do everything you did and then work when you're old? What kind of sense does that make?
No. The thing is, I get the math doesn't add up. You want your
math ain't mathin', dog.
The math ain't mathin', bro. You want to have your cake and eat it.
Also, that was the other thing is the reason that people there's kids that say they don't want to work, right? Because it's not the jobs that they want to do. and they're like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna go out and do whatever I want to do." But then, like, do we want to have all? No offense to old people, but do we want to have all these old people doing jobs and hurting themselves that other people won't pick up? Like, my mom's worked 2 jobs for as long as I can remember. She doesn't work 2 jobs anymore, thank God. But they're picking, the older cats and the older people are picking up the jobs that the young people don't want. Like, is that who we want doing those jobs? I don't. Like, sacrifice a young body, bro. That's how I look at it.
I think that there's a beauty in the American economy where if you have a service or a good, that you're able to sell said service or good and make money off of it. And so I think that with the changing of the time, we've just seen it go from physical labor into digital currencies, right? Like content creation, right? NFTs, all these different things that people are doing online now. You know what I mean? The YouTube videos of this and of that. The elderly taking the jobs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, how many old people do you really want to bring you fucking Grubhub, bro?
But
like, for real.
To be fair, on that point too, like I don't know if you can necessarily say that all the like older people who are picking up the jobs that maybe nobody wants to do, did they not sacrifice their young body? And aren't they like continuously? You know what I mean?
Hey, they applied for the job. They applied for the
job. Hold on, but sure they did. Sure they did. But do you want to end up like that?
No. Okay. That's why I'm on my path.
Better. You better.
No, but that's the thing too. So like I agree that there's sorry, Corpse, do you want to finish before?
Well just to say though is like I think that there's definitely in our culture we've been taught to definitely work harder in our younger years so that in your 40s, in your 50s, you're fucking chilling. I think there's a beauty to that, right? But at the same time, I think it really got started like in the World War I era because whole fucking bloodlines were getting killed off and these guys were getting fucking hosed down. Like, you get what I'm saying? So the male survival rate was really only into the 30s, especially if you were in the military during that time. Between the World War I and the end of the World War II era, like a man's life expectancy was nothing. You know what I mean? And even, you know what I'm saying? Like even then they were working jobs. It was much different to where they were working jobs and they could support a family of 4 in their little white picket fence. You know what I mean? And now in today's, there's not that same pressure. Kids aren't just entering the service like that anymore. Back then, that's what they did. That's what a young man did. He joined the service. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, there's no need for that. People can make the world sound so violent and so cruel, but there's really no need for that anymore. You know what I mean? And so what other job are they picking up? You know what I mean? They're becoming doctors, nurses, electricians, plumbers, carpenters.
But those jobs take work.
They take work. Now you also have the kids who also started blowing up because they played video games or they made podcasts or they made YouTubes. I'm not going to, if that's your way to go to sleep at night, by all means, you know what I mean? By all means, I don't want to blame them. I just know that's not my style. That's not my stilo. I need to work. I need to have a 9 to 5. I don't feel right unless I do. I just got to have it.
Really quick, I just want to say I think there's like a stark difference between like both of you guys said this in the same like 5-minute span. The fact that you can have, obviously they're not alive now because you're talking about like World War I, right? Mm-hmm. You can have in maybe like 3 lifespans probably. So maybe 3 generations, right? And even we can even go like last lifetime, right? So like our parents probably like our parents, right? You have a generation of people who are able to support people in their life, like their family, with one job. But that's like a stark difference to the amount of people who now need to like take multiple jobs or have hopefully one job that's going to be like the breadwinner. But now it's like not even that. Now you need a decent breadwinner times 2, because now it's like almost impossible to have a single what is it, like a single working household, like where one parent's working, the other's not. That's
Single
like
income.
that's single income, exactly. That's like this. You just don't hear that very often anymore. And I think there's like obviously tides are turning maybe, or like things need to be like jumbled around. But I feel like younger generations are feeling that, to where it's like the wall is so high now. I need a master's, and it just feels like you need so much more to be at like where people were baseline 50 years ago, 30 years ago. It just feels like, bro, at this point, why am I doing this? It's like, it just feels impossible.
Well, we also have that feeling because we live in California, right? Like, because look at our buddy Jordan, right? Jordan lives in a single income home, provides for his 3 daughters, his wife, and he's in North Carolina. So it's also based off of where we live, one. But two, if we're gonna raise kids that say that they would say fuck work and I want to go do this other shit, we gotta fuel that too. You know what I mean? Like it's a parent's job to teach kids the definition of a dollar. And if you learn, in my opinion, this is my opinion, right? And this is based on how I grew up. And just the background, like my father's from Mexico, came here when he was 19, and my dad still works 2 jobs to this day. The only day I get to see him is on Monday nights, and that's because he's off of one of his jobs on Monday nights. But my dad works 7 days a week, and he has 2 jobs. Still, to this day. I'm out of his house. My brother's out of his house. He just has 2 of his grandkids there, like from my stepsisters, that he cares for. But he still works 2 jobs because that's how we, and he had me working at 14 and a half because that's what he expected of me. So that's where the generation turn comes from, right? Like it comes from either you enjoyed it because you knew what working hard for $1 meant, and you knew the value of $1, and you knew that me growing up, I knew that I couldn't do shit unless I had money in my pocket. Because I know that I'm not gonna go and ask my dad for his money because he's been working fucking 2 jobs. He worked too damn hard for that fucking money. So I gotta go get my own bread so that I could get my own car at 16, pay for my gas, pay for my weed if I wanted to, go get food. Like I knew that I had to make money to do the things that I wanted to do. But you also have the other side of the coin where it's like your parents made you work at 15 years old and you're like, fuck this. I've been doing this shit for fucking way too long. I'm not going to teach my kids to work at 15 years old. I'm going to work my ass off to do everything in my power to make sure that my kids are good so they don't have to fucking work. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's perspective. It's how you were raised, but also how you took how you were raised. Because that happens a lot. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree. I think too on that, like it sucks because you could raise your kids like as best as maybe you can, or like as like you think they're gonna take it one way, and they could take it left field and be like, oh fuck, I didn't even think you could, bro. Like I didn't even think you could take it that way. Like that was just never in my thought process.
It's funny that we're bringing this up because I just talked to my mom about this on Saturday at my son's party, because my brother and I, raised in the same household, raised by the same parents, we're 2 completely different people. Yeah. Like me personally, like I'm not content with baseline. I want to know how I get my supervisor's job. I want to know how I get above them. I want to know what they make. I want to know how fast I can get there, how long it's going to take me to get there. My brother, okay with being baseline, and okay with being baseline for the rest of his life. And like I said, my brother and I both started working at the same age. He started working at 14 and a half. The year after, when I turned 15 and a half, he started working at 14 and a half. And we grew up the same way. It's just perspective. It's how you take the teachings that are taught to you. But it also takes a teacher to kind of teach the right way.
Yeah. I think like at the end, like there's always going to be the differences because everyone's idea of what success should look like is going to be different. You know what I mean? Now this is my thing is one thing I learned real fast with my pops was if I want him to stop bitching at me, I gotta stop asking him for shit. Right? Like, so once I turned 18, bro, and it was like out of high school, there was no dance lessons from this man. There was no gas money. There was none of that. Like, I'm not asking you for that. So it's like when I do see people at 30 years old, 20, 28, 29, 30 years old, and they're bitching about their parents, right? And it's like, bro, you were, first off, you were 30 years old. You're living under their roof, trying to do, do your music thing, bro. Do this, do that, whatever. But don't let me hear you bitching about your pops, bro. He's like 60 years old, fam. Like, that is grandpa, dog. Like, you better leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. So for me, like Elijah, like whatever he wants to do when he gets older, whatever, bro, do it. But your ass is going to work, right? You want to stay with dad, bro, you can stay with dad until I'm gone. But your ass is going to pay some rent, right? You're either going to work or you're going to go to school. But you want to do podcasting in the garage with your buddies, knock yourself out. You want to dance in there with your buddies, knock yourself the fuck out. You want to make clothes in there, knock yourself out, dude. I don't give a fuck. Just clean it up and shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
here's a perfect example. So last weekend, what was the weekend that everybody from work went out?
I think that was last
Saturday, right?
That was last Saturday, yeah.
So last Saturday, I had a going away party for one of my best friend's little sisters. And this dude that I haven't seen in a long time was there. And I'm like, yo, Nico, where the fuck have you been at? He said, man, I've been out of the country for 8 months. He's 28, 29. He's like, man, I've been out of the country for 8 months. I've been to this place, and I was in hostels, and I was doing this, and I met amazing people, and I just lived out of suitcase for 8 months traveling. So him and I got to chatting about it, and I was like, well, how the fuck did you do that, And he was like, with the blessings of God, I still lived at home with my parents, but I worked every fucking day. I stopped going out. I didn't go out anymore. I told my mom and my dad exactly what I wanted to do. They showed me how to budget my own money. I put my own money away from working, quit my job, took a backpack, and left for 8 months.
That's crazy.
That's the way, in my opinion, that's the way you have to do it. And that's applaud to his parents. His parents weren't like, we're gonna help you with the money. No, you fucking get that money, you put it away. We'll show you how to put it away, and you go fucking live your dream.
Because there's a part where I noticed that I was doing it as a parent, and I became really distasteful of it after a while. Was like, I don't want to like force poverty on my son. You know what I mean? Like a fake illusion of poverty onto him. Like, I don't like, bro, I don't want him to know what hood is, right? Like Chris Rock said it in his special right now, bro. He says some shit like, I want my daughters to go to the hood and be lost. Like, I want this food to feel like he a tourist, bro. Like he an alien in a different world, bro. I don't want him to ever know what the hood is. Like, fuck all that noise. I don't care about none of that. Like, you know what I mean? So to an extent, if I can help fund some of my, or not, I don't want to say fund, but if I can help like subsidize these endeavors, like these little adventures that he's going on and shit, like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, I don't want to just be handing him dough.
I was about to say, yeah, because yeah, go ahead.
You gotta go get it, like,
to some
because when you're talking to that pretty girl, like, I would want to put it to him like this: if he's like 17, 18, 19, right? It's like, hey, Pop, I'm trying to go out of the country. I'm trying to save some money. It's like, all right, son, you're going to pay for it, because when you talk to that pretty girl at the bar, you'd be like, oh yeah, I paid for that plane ticket. I paid for this hotel room. I'll show you how to do it. You want to see how to make some money? Pops will show you how to make some money, show you how to budget it, save it, all that shit. But you're going to do that, not me. You. I won't press you on some, I won't press you on the receipt from Wendy's when we all go get 4 for 4s. But you know what I mean? Like, you can keep those $20, dog. But all that other shit, nah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, I think once you get to that point of your parents, I think once you get to that point of your parents understanding that you're finally understanding, like what they were teaching you, then they're a lot easier on you about certain things. Like when COVID happened, and I went through my savings and all that shit, my pops was like, "Yo, come back and live with me. Like, come live with me for a little while, find a job, stack your bread." But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. Like, and I knew that I was in over my head. I lived in the house, right? I lived in a fucking 2-bedroom crib, and it was way over my budget now because I don't have a job and I'm going through my savings like super, super fast. I think once your parents understand that you're doing what you need to do, they go a little bit easier on you. Mom's has definitely been going easier on me. Like now going into my in my 30s, I think she finally gets it. I think she finally gets it because we've sat down a lot and talked about a lot of shit and done a lot of shit like that. But okay, so we'll talk about this right now because I know Zero's about to come out. So you watched Chris Rock's special, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it yet. I do plan on watching it, but I had to finish the show last night. Finish the show before we got on today. What's your take? We'll ask Zero right now when he comes back. Because I saw it on social media, and now that Zero's back, we can chat about it. We're talking about Chris Rock's special.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I saw this on Instagram. I saw this part on Instagram where he said he started talking about the Will Smith fiasco,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a part in there that he says that he watches. I don't remember what movie it is, but it's a movie where Will Smith plays a slave and gets whipped in the movie. And
Emancipation.
Jesus.
Yeah, Emancipation. Where he's like, now I watch Emancipation and I get happy to watch that scene.
Damn.
And Twitter, Instagram, all that shit went crazy, right? And it was like on both sides. People were like, it's comedy, let him do his thing. And there was other people like, how are you going to bring another black man down? This, that, and the other. And to me personally, it's fucking comedy, bro. Like, let the man enjoy his craft. You know what I mean? And he got fucking embarrassed on national television. Let him have his slap back. That's the way I look at it. And it's a fucking movie. It's a movie. They portray a black man being whipped. How are you gonna be mad that he brings that up? I don't know. To me, I thought when I read that, I was like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm glad that this man can laugh, and I guarantee you, Will Smith laughed at that joke.
Bro, and it was only after he went on a rant calling them bitches. He's like, he's a bitch, and I called him a bitch and a bitch. And he's like, but that's the part they got mad over. Now, I did read some shit, right? I didn't want to watch the Chris Rock special. I didn't want to watch it.
Why?
Bro, he's on the Jeffrey Epstein flight log list.
Oh, word?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Wow.
He's in pictures, bro.
Man, Jeffrey Epstein didn't do shit, bro.
Whoa! I'm like, no,
Whoa. Dude, and I'm telling you, in those pictures, bro, he looked like he got his butthole licked. Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no!
He was like
no.
smiling, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like he had a good time. But so I didn't want to watch it because it's like people are quick to cancel all these other people for their fiascos. You know what I mean? But like, okay, let's talk about Chris Rock then. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker hosted the Oscars where he got slapped. Like, and I still don't know if it was like a publicity stunt, but
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was. It's too coordinated for that to be. But then at the same time, it's like, where was security during all this?
Nah,
Like,
but
But you don't need security.
yeah,
like,
you don't need security.
Yeah, you don't need security with all those upper echelon people.
Everybody's
Like,
supposed to be there. Yeah, I feel like they never thought like, Will Smith would have gone up there and done some crazy shit like that.
Yeah. Now there's some other things too. Supposedly, like it's like a Scientologist thing, because I guess like in Scientology, like to like demean new members of Scientology is kind of like their thing. It's like how you keep people in order. So like Tom Cruise has been known to like shout and like yell at people verbally, like verbally abusive on movie sets.
really?
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, that's give that a goog.
Give
I
that
think-
a what?
Give that a good old Google, dude. Put that on your put that on your DuckDuckGo.
What the fuck?
I think the stupid part was that my real take from that was at the end, his whole mic drop thing. He does a mic drop, and I don't want to ruin it for you guys.
Yeah, don't ruin it, please, because I do.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it.
Okay, well, just wait. There's a final line, and you gotta sit down. You're gonna have to sit down and think about it, because when he said it, I was like, wait, it's over. Like that's what your mic drop is? Like he drops the mic. It's a mic drop. Like that's your fucking punch. That's the punchline to this whole fucking special? Huh. And I sat down and I had to think about it. And then when I I watched it a second time, and when the emancipation part came, I was like, oh, this makes sense now. I was like, this whole joke, this whole bit, it's a whole bit. It's a whole bit. From the moment he starts talking about Jada and them, because he comes off the back of a joke of another rapper. He's joking about another rapper, and then it leads into Will and the Will and Jada thing, and that whole bit is capped off by something. And if you watch that whole bit again with that one line in mind, it all makes sense. Everything he says all made sense. It all makes sense.
To be honest, bro, and I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, because the internet shit sometimes is just so fake, but like just from what I've seen from like the relationship that Will Smith and Jada have, it just looks super fucked.
Bro,
like, it doesn't make any sense to me why that man is still with her. But whatever.
In my opinion, I like to have my relationships private. Not secret, but private, right? Like,
private, yeah.
I don't nobody needs to be in my mix. Nobody needs to know what Kool-Aid I'm serving. You know what I mean? Like that, I'm good. So the fact that these are two like extremely famous people, like extremely famous, and they go out and air out their fucking dirty laundry about each other to the world.
Yeah,
I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that because it's healthy if you want to air out dirty laundry between each other and communicate about what the fuck you're doing, but to give it out to the world and then being like mauled by people's perspectives on things, you can't. There's no getting away from that.
Yeah.
And then that's when you have And honestly, I'm gonna be real. I think that's what happened to Will that night. Like I don't think it was his idea to do like red table or what was it called? Round table, whatever the fuck.
Red table talk, whatever.
Yeah, that shit. Like, why the fuck do I want my girl out there talking about all the shit that's wrong with our relationship? And I get it. People need a place to talk, and you need like other people need to hear that their relationship is someone like yours. But if it's that fucking bad, bro, fucking bad, and you're gonna do it every week, you're gonna talk about a new subject on how bad your relationship is every week. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Bye.
That's a therapist chair that needs to be there. Like,
yeah, exactly. Go to therapy, motherfucker.
Therapy, like holy shit. I wanted to ask you, Save, real quick. There was a topic that you had. Have we touched on the topic or have we not touched on the topic?
Yeah, we did.
Wait, what was the topic?
It was the balance between work life.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Literally everything that we've talked about has relayed around balance. All right, so I'll bring up another topic that I was given earlier today. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Fuck no.
Never. No.
Okay. That was the easiest, just double.
That was the easiest. Okay, here's the other one. How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
I do like medium well.
What?
I'm sorry. But to be fair, like listen, to be fair, I don't eat steak. I'm just not a steak.
Anything over medium, you're a demon, bro.
I probably had like steak 5 times in the last decade.
Damn, that's half your life. So you like your burgers well done too?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a degenerate fuck. I'm sorry.
He said I'm a degenerate fuck. That's like eating a fucking hockey puck.
No, what do you guys see when people say shit like that? I'm like, where are you getting your like meat from, or like how are they cooking it this charred, this fucked, where you're eating a hockey puck, bro? For me, I feel like why do I want pink? I'll take it. Like, listen, if I say, well done or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's a bit raw in the middle, or they like fucked it up, and like maybe somebody else ordered, medium well or whatever it is, and they give me the wrong one, I'll eat it. I don't mind, but if it's up to me, it's well done. It's all the way cooked. Why am I gonna half cook my shit?
Because there's flavor.
That's the flavor, dog.
No, there's not. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I don't think there's any flavor difference.
It's the flavor.
No, I mean, no, I don't know. Not to me. But also, like I said, I don't really eat steak, so I'm the wrong guy. I'm really not that guy.
I did get asked a question too on IG for tonight.
What's up?
Did you? I have a couple more I can read off, but go ahead.
All right, let me throw one up here in the mix, right? And now this one kind of sent me for a spin for a second.
Okay.
Was so first part is do you believe in a multiverse?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
And 2, if we do, why?
Okay. So, do you want to go first?
No. One of you guys go first. I gotta hear.
No, do you want to go first?
You say you can go for it. You're
Okay.
ready. You're ready.
So, because I talk about this a lot, and it's fucking mind blowing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Neil talks about how it's infinite. Our universe and the universe and the universe and the universe is infinite, and it's so infinite that there is literally 3 of us, 1, 2, 3, doing the same exact thing at the same exact time right now.
Yeah.
That's how infinite it is. There's so many different versions of our universe and all the universes that it's so infinite that there is the 3 of us doing this exact thing somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking mind blowing, bro. That's fucking mind blowing. Think about it.
Crazy.
That's how big. You want to talk about quantum physics bullshit? All that fucking Ant-Man shit? That's how that shit is real, dog. That shit is real. It is real. There's 3 of us out there sitting somewhere else doing this same exact thing.
I agree.
Well, my thing is this, right? And so this is how I also. Well, I heard this thing about quantum physics or quantum mechanics, and I'm going to butcher it. But
Bro, look at Corvus. He got real serious.
But I'm
I'm not fucking around. This is my expertise, okay,
bro. Yeah, let me tap in, right? So there's some shit like in the quantum physics and mechanics thing where it's like it's about observance, right? It's like your observable universe, right? So that first off, that language right there, the way that they're saying it is a observable universe. So is there an unobservable universe?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's already in the language. The way that your brain is saying it already is already implying that one exists. So with that, it's like an atom is going to behave one way when it's being observed, and due to the laws of like these mechanics and shit, when it's not being observed, it's behaving in all kinds of ways, right? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So on a molecular level, if that's already how we're programmed, then that means that's how the universe is programmed. Because in all actuality, we're nothing but stardust.
Just
No. But the thing, I was thinking because I've heard of this experiment. If I'm remembering or like listening to what you're saying correctly, there was like scientists who viewed electrons and they studied how they moved dependent on whether or not they were being observed, and dependent on whether they were being observed, they
Corpse almost knocked over his own setup.
Yes. He's speaking my language right now, dude.
They acted in both a wave and a particle, dependent on whether or not they were being observed. They had different ways of measuring whether they were how they were acting, and dependent on somebody. If somebody was observing them, they would act differently. I think I've heard of something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the one where I'm like, that's why you can feel somebody looking at you, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why you can feel like somebody's just straight staring at you.
That is weird. That you can have that sense.
Yeah. And so for me to think that when this person, like, you know, like in my apartment building, like we're at the gym for one moment, but then when we step out of the gym and they go that way and I go my way, there's no telling what the fuck is really going on. So the universe, like, you know what I mean? Like, not only on a quantum level inside this world, but when we're talking about the multiverse, there's another me that's you, and you're me.
And that kind of goes by that concept of like you're a different person in everybody's eyes.
Oh, true.
I guess that is true.
That's
because
true.
Everybody has met a different version of you, or they meet you at a different time, or you know, you might have said something to this person that you said differently to this person. Now they have this concept of you.
Ooh, and that's why they say you're on a different wavelength with them. Ooh.
But I mean, think about it.
That's why you vibe different with different people, bro. Because you just ain't on the same wavelength, bro.
Like, think about it. Do you think that you would still be friends with the certain people that you have had you met them on a different day or in a different circumstance?
Nah.
I don't know. I couldn't say.
Nah.
Do y'all think the shrooms? Okay, here's the question. Here's the question.
Wait, I kind of want to touch on that multiverse.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'll ask this question after. Jordan, time out on your question. I got you, bro.
Fuck. What am I even gonna say, bro? Never mind. Skip me. Fuck it. I'm just kidding.
No, I was about to say, no, I want to hear what you have to say, bro.
I mean, I think the multiverse is hella real, but I don't think of it necessarily because I think to a certain degree, there's like, I think what Save said is true as far as like being so expansive that there are different versions of us who are doing the exact same shit, and then different versions of us who are doing different shit. Like there's a version of me that's an astronaut. There's a version of me who just did exactly what I did, and there's just like
doing this at the same time that you're doing it,
at the same.
That's how infinite it is.
But I also think on top of that, I think that there's not only this infinite amount of space that we have that different versions of us occupy, but I think it's like this is like our level of space that infinite possibilities work on, and then there's like stacks of those that we can't even perceive that are like on top of everything.
So not only does it go this way, but it goes this way as well.
It goes up. So it's like three-dimensional, like a three-dimensional cylinder that you could tap into, and there's like an infinite amount of those in like every direction that's like happening all at once. That's what I think, but I know that like how the fuck are we ever going to prove anything like that?
No, I'll say this.
Fucking Miles Morales, huh?
I'll say this, and this was one thing like on a philosophical level that I had to tap in with.
Shit, we getting real Plato and Aristotle right now,
bro. Matter of fact, it was KRS-One, and
okay.
He was doing this lecture, bro, and he said he had the crowd say rock star, right, and they all said rock star, and he goes, all right, now without moving your lips, without a word at all, he's like, just in your being, say rock star. Right, y'all do it. What was that sound you just heard?
It was me.
It was me.
But how? How?
Okay. Oh, you get real. Okay. Did you know that there's a large percentage of people that don't hear that, like that have no inner dialogue?
Oh yeah.
Psychos.
There is a large. No. It's fact. There is a large percentage of people that do not have inner dialogue.
They're just out of touch with themselves, bro.
But the thing is, I think I think that's true, but I think it's the way that they interpret the world is different. They don't need to like necessarily talk to themselves. I think some people actually just have feelings of like you know how some people can't imagine shit. Like if I tell you like, oh, imagine a plane.
Yeah, you did this to me at work the other day.
I did.
Yeah, was it not you?
No, I don't think it was me.
No, it was an ILT. You were like, "Hey, if I tell you to imagine,
I think I did,
flower or something like that," and I was like, "No, I can't do that."
Oh, yes, we did talk about this.
Yeah. I was like, I can't do that. Like, I can't just like close my eyes and see a blue flower. That's weird. Okay, here's a bigger mindfuck though. How do deaf people talk to themselves? Bro, if they've never heard words before,
they sign.
They've never heard words. Do they sign? Do they go like? Do they see fingers moving in their head? Look at the course. Look at course.
I think I actually heard.
No, but seriously, if they've never heard words before, they've never heard how a word sounds. How do they think to themselves in their head?
I think they actually do sign. I think I heard this once because I had.
What happens to kids that have? What happened to kids that didn't learn sign language until later in their life?
They still sign. No, but that's the thing too. Like, I mean, later in their life, they might sign. Actually, I don't know, but but I think people do develop an inner, like most of us probably have an inner voice that like it feels like it verbally talks to us. But I think there's a lot of people who have that same. It works the same, but it serves the same function, but it works differently. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't make sense to me.
So like it's kind of the difference between like you have a car, I have a motorcycle. They're gonna get to the same place at the same time, but the function of them, like how they operate and how we're gonna go about operating them, are different. There are different rules to it.
Bro, on the plane from Miami, I was talking to this lady and she's like, "Oh, I know all these languages." hey, I was like, so when you're talking in all these languages,
This is a good point because I talk about this. I've talked
are
about
you translating in your mind? She goes, no. She goes, when I'm speaking to somebody, she goes, and I am listening and I'm preparing to respond. She goes, I'm doing all that in my head in that language.
Mhm.
I was like, that's nuts. I was like, because
I'm
I
the
can
complete
barely
opposite.
see, and so like what Zero's saying, it's like it's the same function, right? It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
the same,
interesting how that works.
it's the
Wait,
same
I wanna-
functionality.
I want to hear how you, because that how he just said it is
When
exactly.
I speak
how
Spanish, no, when I speak Spanish to somebody, I'll speak like I'll listen to the response. It'll translate in my head to English. I'll think to myself in English, and then I'll translate what I thought out in Spanish.
way.
Wow.
I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. It's the
Wow.
weirdest fucking thing.
That's
Because
so
like,
weird.
if you talk to me in Spanish right now, I'm hearing it. Like I hear Spanish words, but I'm like, my brain is translating it to English.
That's crazy.
And then I'll be like, oh
I didn't-
shit, this is how I'm gonna respond, and I respond back in Spanish. But it's like instantaneously. It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
weird. And I didn't know that was weird until I talked to like multiple people, and they were like, oh no, like I just hear it in Spanish and I respond back.
You understand?
Well,
Yeah, because I just like I hear it in Spanish and I'll be like, okay, I know the words that I'm going to say in Spanish.
So and to add on to that, because I put some thought into this one, was for blind and deaf in the deaf. I
blind.
think,
The blind. How do they picture shit in their mind?
so I think that I mean this is me going out on a whim. This is I think maybe, bro, they just see shit in the sensation in which they're observing
feel-
it. You know what I
But
mean?
you can't, how do you feel a sensation, or how do you see a sensation?
Bro,
okay, because
imagine
they're
you think a sensation like that.
Yeah, like
so think
okay, I
about
know
it.
how smooth feels, so now I can see smooth.
So yeah, so okay, so think about it like this, because I thought about it like touching something soft, right? Like, so somebody who's blind touching something soft, all they know to if they wanted to think of soft in their mind, to picture it or to try to translate it in their mind, all they know is the sensation that they're feeling through touch,
Mhm.
right? Because touch is one of our core senses. You get what I'm saying? And so and two, also adding into the effect of when you lose one sense, all the other ones are heightened. And I think that's one of the reasons, because the reasons why we have these senses is for fucking survival and reproduction. Like, you get what I'm saying? So this sense of touch, something soft, okay, it's not dangerous. This thing, like, you know what I mean? It sucks because the touch for somebody who's blind, I guess, can be correlated with a lot of different things: pants, a jacket, a couch, a pillow. Like, so they lose the faculty of having something visual for us, where we take advantage of it. So somebody deaf, touch also has a certain feeling to it too. You know what I mean? Because that's something.
Don't you think that couldn't it be a possibility that instead of excuse me,
And this is assuming this person was born blind or born deaf. This is assuming that, not that they lost these faculties.
Don't you think that there could be a possibility that instead of visualizing it, they get the sensation of soft? Because if you think about it, think about it, right? Like when you lose one sense, your others are heightened, right? But it all, like, we all have all five of our senses, but you could tell how something tastes by how it smells.
Yeah.
And that's not, you're not visualizing, like, you're actually using that sensation.
Oh my god.
So if you think like, oh, this is how this would feel, like, do you think that maybe they could feel it instead of thinking of how
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Damn.
But Kelly says,
sorry.
well, it's kind of like how do they know what you look like based off of touching your face?
I don't think they do. I think they get like a very rough, I guess, estimate. Obviously they're like, there's no way to really tell, to be able to be like, oh yeah, you know exactly, you know what I look like. But I don't necessarily even think that the other senses get heightened. I think we're so obviously blessed to have like sight and touch and shit like that, to where we can forget about a lot of different inputs, to where blind people, like, obviously only have 4, so they pay attention a lot more to the details of their whatever they're relying on. So like in this sense, in this case, it would be sense. You know what I mean? They can like remember that a lot more because it's the thing that they rely on the most, to where us were like, I remember that car was blue. I remember he had a red shirt on, and to them, it's like, I need my sense. That is my vision.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Like
Let me
not
get back
so many
to
things cramming up the bandwidth type.
Yeah,
shit,
like there
you
is
know
no
what
memory of what they saw because there's just
more straight to the source type of thing.
I mean?
yeah.
Now think it now. Now I'm not proud of this, but now there is. I think there is a correlation with.
He's gonna be like, I fucked a blind girl.
No.
Jesus Christ! I'm
This
glad
is
you
something-
stopped yourself right there. Okay.
This is something wild because right now my hands got sweaty, bro. It's like when I think I used to be on like MDMA really bad when I was younger, really bad, and now still to this day, bro. If I think about rolling, like if I think about getting on a roll, my palms will get sweaty, and like right now I started thinking about it, like my palms got sweaty, and I was like, oh fuck, that's probably the same thing like what Cisco's talking about right now. Like when they want to visualize something in their head, they feel it in their hands, or they feel it on their feet, or they get these certain rushes. Like, you know what I mean? Like think about riding your favorite roller coaster type shit. You know what I mean? Like there's that certain feeling sometimes you'll get in your stomach, like, oh shit.
Or even like, thinking about how the sun felt when you walked outside, or how the
it hitting your
felt
face.
brushing your feet. Yeah. Like you do get a certain sense of that. But is it your brain like getting flashbacks and forcing you to feel that, or are you visualize? Yeah, it's fucking interesting. Let me ask this question that Jordan said real fast.
I got a question right after that.
Okay, before we get too far away from the universe thing, he said, "Do you think that like shrooms and psychedelics tap into the viewing of other universes, or to go on top of that, because based off what you were saying, Zero, is like we're expanding this way in the universe and expanding this way. So it's like, do we get to see other perspectives that other universes get to see? Because now we're out of body, right? Like, can we? Oh, before we talk about this, can we all agree that like your spirit never dies?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scientifically proven, right? Like energy does. You cannot kill energy.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off of.
I have a hard time, like, I don't know.
I'm not saying you go to heaven. I'm not saying
no.
Apart from you're reincarnated.
Apart from that, I don't know. I think more recently I've been like, damn, do we eventually just like fizzle out? You know how like a wave will be strong and then it'll crash at the shore, and eventually it's no longer a wave. Is that what kind of the spirit turns into?
No, because that energy from that wave was created by something, and it's going to create something.
So you think we're always the wave at some point?
Well, it's scientifically proven that energy, you cannot kill energy. Once it's created, energy is always living.
I just mean like, so I guess on
that's a good
analogy of like, okay, so like if you want to kind of be if you want to kind of draw parallels to like the wave thing that I was talking about.
Sure.
So like the wave is a wave. You are, let's say, the wave. That's what you are. That's what your soul is. Crashes on the shore.
Okay.
And now it is no longer a wave. But that energy has been dispersed into the air, right? That air spreads.
Well, I would say more into the sand than the air. I would say sand first.
Okay, so it goes into the sand, then it goes, let's say, like it goes into the earth, and eventually it disperses. But at some point, it's no longer a wave. It's evolved into something else.
Sure.
And
I'll give you a better analogy than that. Say soil, right? Say soil. Soil turns into a plant. Plant provides some type of life. We'll say an apple. Apple falls from the tree, rolls, hits the floor. Something eats the apple, shits it out. That turns back into soil, and so on and so forth to a different fucking plant. Now that plant is now pollen for a bee, and the bee creates honey. Like, that's what I mean by like, you were this, but now you're this, and then you turn into this, and then this, and then this, and then this, because the energy from that is never ending. It's always continuous.
Yes. Oh, okay, so I can agree with that. I just have questions on like the part of like what my soul is. Am I like a grain of sand, or am I the heap of sand? And at what point am I no longer the thing? Does that make sense?
That's a very good question. Well, in retrospect to the universe, you're a grain of sand. You might be smaller than a sand, actually, but to Mother Earth, you are more so a heap of sand that gets dispersed.
And I think
different grains.
I think too that there's nothing limiting to the spiritual experience just here on earth. You know what I mean? Like even if you separate the whole aspects of heaven and hell, Valhalla, or any of these like other like places, right? Like let's just say we are just nothing but this little thing of energy. And after our human experience, like there's nothing to say that it's going to limit that we are to be limited to earth. Yeah, like I like to think that I'm going to return to space from which I came. You know what I mean? Like the great over there.
Yeah, because if our energy was created, right? Like our energy was created prior to being us.
Mm-hmm.
But where did that energy come from? Like, did it come from continuing here on Earth, or did it come from energy from somewhere else? Like, was our energy that we all have currently brought from like a meteor hitting this place, and that's where the energy was dispersed and created more of us? Or, you know what I mean? And do we get to go back to a different dimension or different planet or different universe because our energy is always continuous? We're not stuck in one place because there's energy all around us.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck with me on this one, right? So I think that I think that it's more of an experience in the birthing, right? So I think that we're all energy. I like to say that I'm a soul having a human experience, right? So in this like meta filled like secondary universe that's happening, there's all this energy just flowing, bro. Flowing. That's why you can feel when the energy is thick by a mosh pit, or like two dudes are looking at each other crazy, and you can feel that energy because there's energy flowing. There's energy flowing in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. That voice in your head, there's an energy in there. Boom, 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 boom. I think that this is going to sound like super like metaphysical, but I think between the time of birthing, right, and when that baby takes its first breath, is when it captures a soul for the first time. Is when that child is capturing its soul for the first, because it's its own first breath. Before that, completely dependent on mom, like literally by an umbilical cord. Once that bitch is cut and this baby's crying, like it's taking in its soul from that moment, like right there in that moment, all that energy. I don't think. I like to think that some people have pieces of old souls in them. That's why they might be wise or quick to pick like certain things up in life, whether it's like an actual sport or like they just get it, like, you know, about certain things. Like they just get it, like, you know what I mean?
Because like energies can mix, right? Like you have a mixture of
you have this mixture of all these things, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you get your mom and dad's personality and pieces of their soul because they're standing in the fucking room with you. First off, second off, their blood is flowing through your veins. So that's why I don't think like your parents are always going to, you're not always going to have these temperaments of your parents right off. You get what I'm saying? Because even though their blood's in your vein, you're still breathing in your own soul, bro. You're still
the temperaments the temperaments come from behave learning.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's more of a nurture type of thing versus the nature part, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I got like two things. So somebody commented really quick. He said that if you're trying to use the law of conservation of energy as a way to explain the idea of soul, then wouldn't the soul eventually take a form of something else? And wouldn't that mean that the soul eventually is not a soul?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's kind of what I was.
Yeah, I don't think that any of us are. Well, I mean, Putch might be onto something else, but I'm not saying that a soul is always a soul. I'm just saying that it's the energy created. I'm not saying that my soul, when my body is perished, I'm not saying that I will be reincarnated into another being. I'm saying that my energy is going to continue in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it kind of relates back to what we were saying, is that like that's why sometimes pieces of old souls get absorbed into the energy who you are. Like you are a piece of somebody's energy from the past.
But not saying that you're some groups that will say that if you have children, you're doomed to be reincarnated. See, and like Buddhists, or I don't want to like misspeak on people's practices, but like, you know, like those Eastern, like, you know, like the Eastern beliefs are always of like escaping reincarnation. They want to escape the over and over. And so to me, it's like, okay, so you go to this place, whatever, where your soul is finally at rest. It's at rest. It's done. It's no longer, it's just done. You know what I mean? So even for me, I might not exactly jig with that, but I do jig with the idea of once it's released from this carcass, it's got the ability to be all kinds of things. I still think that there's a saying that anything your soul touches, it's touched in return. Right. So I still think that a part of that energy that's in me, even if a little speck of it ends in something else, I'm still in there. I'm in there, but also with all the other stuff that was in there before it got to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You give me like, I am the accumulation of all these things. You know what I mean? Like type shit.
The thing that I'm like struggling with, the reason that like I've been questioning this, not necessarily more often, because it's not like I'm thinking about it very often, but it's like something that when it turns when it turns to like the point of conversation is like, do you believe that your soul is eternal or something like that? I agree with the fact that like energy is not created nor destroyed and everything like that. I completely agree with that, and I think that souls at the end of the day are energy. But the thing is, and because Jonathan was the one that commented that, and that's kind of what I was touching on. There's a point of, yes, we're all in everything at some point, right? So like if when we pass away, we're going to be in a lot of different things, but none of those things that we are technically like in will be a resemblance of us almost at all, unless you're talking about like offspring, obviously, because that's literally like your DNA that's being like mixed with somebody else's. But I'm talking about like when you make a soup, right? Just follow me for a second on this soup analogy.
These analogies, bro.
You get a tomato, right? You get a tomato, and a tomato's a tomato. You can hold it. You know what a tomato is. Tomato's having a conscious experience of being a tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it up.
Tomato having a conscious experience?
No, not literally. I'm talking about.
I'm fucking with you.
So you cut up this tomato, you chop it up, you throw it in the soup. That tomato still exists in the soup, but you couldn't pull out a spoonful and get a tomato. You've already blended it with so many different things that you couldn't even call it a tomato anymore. There are parts of it that still exist in it, and you might even be able to be like, you know what, there's a little bit of tomato in this soup, but at some point it's no longer a tomato. It's a part of something. You can say part of something bigger, part of something different, and it is like by every definition not a tomato anymore.
But you still get the remnants of that tomato, right?
Sure, but I think there's a, now that we're off of the tomato, now we're to like real souls. There's like a I want to say sadness because it's not that dramatic, but there's like a lost thing that you lose when the soul is out of your body. It's not necessarily eternal in the sense that it'll exist in the same way. It'll exist in different things in different ways, but there's a sadness that like the way that it existed now is no longer. And that's why I'm like, I struggle with the idea of like, are we eternal? I don't know if we are.
I'll rebuttal that because I think the real.
Well, hold on. What was your definition of eternity?
In my head, if I have something, or if like, let's say this object was just like theoretical object, eternal, this thing that I'm about to give you will last forever. For me, that understanding of that means this is not changing at all, ever. It's going to be, as soon as like I put it in my pocket, I pull it out 100 years later, it will be eternal. It will be the same thing. I could say thing.
I mean, what is eternal then, though? Like, what can you say will be eternal? What on this earth is eternal?
I don't know. I don't think anything. Maybe nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because everything has to be. Everything is weathered down. Everything is affected by time in some sense, right? Will be buried. Will be withered with sand, stones, snow, rain, anything that you could think of, right? But it still, in essence, has some type of core, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's not something that I've like super put into a lot of thought. I'm like, to be clear, I'm religious. Like, I believe in God and stuff like that. I do think that
you are religious.
Am I?
Am I the only one here in this podcast that's not religious?
I believe in
think
God.
I am.
I'm not religious.
Oh, I guess it depends.
What the fuck? How are you
Depends.
not somewhat
No,
religious?
No, I was gonna say it
No,
depends.
no, no. This motherfucker's a
yeah.
Freemason.
Hmm.
Huh?
Mhm. Oh no, I believe in God for sure, but I like the establishment of religion is a very confusing thing for me.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna
Okay.
say.
I do believe in a higher being. I do believe that there is something that created all of this.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't believe in God though. Like I don't believe that there's one creator of man and blah blah blah. But there is something that made Zero a degenerate fuck.
Oh fuck. I don't necessarily. I'm not like heavy into it. There's a lot of thought processes that I think have changed throughout the years. But I do believe in like God, like Christian God. That's what I believe in. And like
long hair. You believe Jesus got fucking nailed to a cross and Noah's Ark and all that shit. I mean, just interesting because most of those things did happen. But I mean,
I just think that the way that people read it is. Have you ever This is gonna be kind of fucked, depending on who knows about this person. This person was
pause real
yeah, go.
He's talking that the soul. Is talking that the soul would be eternal and not at the same time. Here,
I might be
not the same as it was in his at this moment or at the moment when he passes away, where his soul energy will leave him and not stay intact. It will mix him. Yeah. No, that I understand. But so they're just clarifying on what you were saying, Zero.
Okay, right.
Like the soul will never be exactly what it is right now in us.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Corpse and I were saying is that there will still be remnants of it, of who we are. There will still be remnants of it in the future. I guess whoever is to adapt a portion of our energy will have that remnant.
I guess to me it's been like a point of like realization of like, oh, this is what people mean when they mean like your soul is eternal. They don't mean that it will exist in a way that you exist now, or that maybe you will even be like whole. It just means that the energy that like is in you will be living on forever in different ways. That's just like something that I've kind of been trying to like figure in my head how I believe it and how I think that it to be true.
Well, with the concept of energy, it's somewhat impossible for us to be whole, our soul to be whole. Because of the same, I mean, as stupid as you think that analogy might sound, the tomato analogy was actually phenomenal.
Thank you.
Like that, like think about that. That's the perfect way to explain it, right? Like you have a fucking tomato, and you cut it up and put it into a fucking soup. You mash it, you crush it, you do all this shit, add carrots, tomatoes, celery, all that other bullshit. But like at the end of the day, you can't go in and be like, "Here's the tomato that I fucking had," And
if you wanted to even go like deeper than that. There's like a sadness to the fact that tomato at some point was a seed that was planted in the ground, and that seed no longer exists in the same way it did before.
Well, and then to relate back to energy being dispersed, like that, there's a reason that tomatoes are different sizes. There's a reason that tomatoes are different colors and ripen at a certain time, because based off the energy that was given to them through that soil that was gained from other energy.
Yeah, it's like a whole.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's pieces of different energy in each tomato, and that's why they're different sizes, and this one was cared for differently. Blah 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 blah. Like that all has to be taken into account.
I agree. I'm just like, I guess wrestling with the fact that like I understood it differently, and now I'm like, oh shit. When people are like, "Is the soul eternal?" Now I have issues with like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to like, figure it out now. For myself, like what?
Well, I guess it just in turn it takes the definition of like, do you believe that your soul is intact forever, or do you believe that your soul is merely just energy that was combined to create your soul? Mm-hmm. Like that's the difference, in my opinion. But I don't believe that souls are intact.
No, okay.
That's why when people say like soulmates, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in a soulmate. Because soulmate would mean that there's one particular person that your life was meant to be, like your soul and their soul were meant to be together. I don't believe that. I don't.
Oh, I understand that a little differently. But go ahead, Corpse. I think you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, I think with soulmates, I think what people I think people want it to be that. They want it to be like, oh, this was my person. Like, this is my person. And I just think more, it's less obsessive and more casual in the idea that these two energies understand, right? Like there's, again, the frequencies, they might not be the same frequency, but just like music, when you're laying down sounds, there's sounds that sound good together. There's certain rhythms that you can put together that put, you know what I'm saying, that create something. And I think that's more of what people should be looking towards when they say things like soulmate. Like, this person isn't exactly your exact match, because I think people have soulmates who aren't their lovers.
So I
You know
just
what
look at it as like we could all help find love here in California, right? But who's to
Mhm.
say that I couldn't move to Brazil and find a better match? It's just I have no way to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Sure, yeah.
we find comfort in where we're at, and then we find this person and we relate with them and all this stuff. But you could literally fall in love anywhere. Like I don't
Yeah.
believe, you know what I mean? Like I don't believe in personally. I just don't believe in the soulmate. Like I don't believe that there's one person that's meant for me in this world because I'm I'm forever changing. People are forever changing. It's just
The,
sometimes it's right place, right time. You know?
the way that I understand it is in the context of reincarnation a lot of the times. And I think it even I think if you were to like stretch it out to like maybe not even extremes, but if you were to take the analogy up to its ends, maybe you would be able to like wrap it all around. But I think so to like for me to understand soulmates, I'm like, okay, your souls had to have met at some point, um, and been entangled in some way, and that's why you have such familiarity with a person that it just feels like boom, like oh shit, we've like known each other. I don't know how we just met. We're on the fucking subway, but it feels like we've spent 20 years together.
Mhm.
It just feels
So this
crazy.
goes, but then that just goes back to what we were just talking about, and that means that if you believe in soulmates, then you believe that your souls stay intact.
No, because I think it actually can exist in the same world. So I think
Not in the multiverse.
in the same, not in the same multiverse. No, it's too infinite. But in my, if this ends up being true, or like when we die, whatever the fuck we see, um, I think it's actually possible to have a soul be gone, implemented into other things, right? So like we die, and then it's like dispersed into other things, and we get circulated and circulated. I think the majority of whatever your
I see
soul,
where you're coming from on
you know
this.
what I'm saying? So the
Yeah,
majority of
because if we have multiple universes where there's three of us doing the same exact thing, if energy never dies, then it's circulated enough to the point where
it could like your soul and my soul could be like boom, we met in this like part of the universe or whatever, and we entangled,
Mhm.
and but the majority of that is still intact to where when we meet them we're like oh shit, like I can't tell you why, I can't really put my finger on it.
That's a
I
quantum
know
entanglement,
I've
my
never
friend.
met you, but I know you. It feels like I know you, but there's
Mhm.
enough of your souls that have already been entangled for you to be like oh shit, like yeah, this like feels right. It feels like we've done it.
but
It's a
don't you
piece
think
of
that,
you that recognizes it in somebody else, and that's literally the definition
that
of a soulmate.
could that not be like a right time, right place type of thing? I mean, I'm sure it could be. We could always say what if, right? But like,
Yeah.
have you ever looked back and thought to yourself like, damn, if I would have met that girl now,
Mhm.
or I'm glad I met this girl now and not etc etc years ago. You know what I mean? Like I've done that plenty of times. I'm like,
Plenty.
damn it, like if I would have met her later in her life, or damn, if I would have met her earlier in my life, we maybe wouldn't have hit it off this way. Like
Sure.
that does that? What do you think that would equivalent to soulmates though? Because if you were soulmates, then the time shouldn't matter, right?
No, I think it matters. I think it still matters a lot. I think the development of your life, even though your soul might be infinite, or the amalgamation of souls that you might have in your one, right? I think the development of what you need to go through in order to realize parts of yourself that are really important are still very important to when you meet whoever you meet, right? So like if I met um if I met my girlfriend now when I was in high school, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be good because I was a completely different person. And me realizing going through the things that I went through, I met my girlfriend at the perfect time. It was, and I think we both went through super, super similar things. And it was the best time. And if I had met her 2 years before, I wouldn't have been ready. If I met her a year before, I wouldn't have been ready. But I met her at the right time. And that's just kind of like it. I think sometimes it is just luck of the draw. And I don't want to say that there's one soulmate for one person and that's it. I think there can be multiple soulmates, and some of them are like your friends, some of them are your family, some of them are your significant others. And eventually
it doesn't always have to be a lover, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to. I
well, then that's interesting that you brought that up, because Kelly actually said, she said like people would say that if souls are dispersed the way that we're explaining that they are dispersed, then you would have many and potentially like infinite amount of soulmates, other people like with parts of the soul that you have, like that you've met parts of their soul infinitely. So I from like where you went with that, Zero, I agree with you, because I mean I wouldn't necessarily call them like, I wouldn't call my core group of friends my soulmates.
Yeah, I guess
it just feels. I guess it just feels weird, right?
You just use the words. Some people just.
But I guess I could understand where. Well, okay. Well, let me just take it one step further, right? What if we say that our core group of friends that surrounds us is literally multiple pieces of our souls in those people?
I can accept that,
and that's why we relate so well, because there's literally pieces of. One, not our soul, but pieces of a soul
that we've been a part of. Is that
matched in this group of friends, and we're like, oh shit, what's up, dog? Like I haven't seen you in a couple hundred years, you know, and now you're here and I'm here and we can become friends, you know, like let me see how you've adapted and this and that, you know.
Maybe. I mean, in this whole like theoretical version of everything, yeah, that could definitely work. I mean, I if I said no, I feel like I'd be contradicting the fuck out of everything I just said.
It is low key contradictive if you think about it.
If I said no, but yeah, no, I think I can get like infinitely just complex, and
that goes back to the multiverse shit, right? Like, what Punch was saying, like, the multiverse. You could say that a version of the multiverse exists here, based off just those sayings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we strayed so far away from the original question. I forgot what the original question was.
I don't even remember. It went back to Jordan wanted to know if you believe that shrooms can like taking psychedelics can tie into the multiverse theory.
Yes,
I think definitively everybody would say yes.
I would agree with that 100%.
I don't think that. So I think people think of taking like these psychedelics, right? And your brain goes somewhere, right? And where I like to think of it as, it's like you're just taking the blinders off. You know what I mean?
It's scientifically proven that that's what happens.
Like, so think of like, I look at it like, instead of peeking out the blinds of your window, just open the bitch up, and that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know scientifically what it's called, but I know scientifically you have some type of like cones on the top of your receptors that in your brain that when you take psychedelics, those are taken off temporarily and creates like more connections in your brain in order to expand the way that you think and what you see. That's why people do have out of body experiences or see things in a different aspect, because they're using different parts of their brain that they've never used before.
So in that, I think when this trip starts,
and that's also true with marijuana as well.
So when this trip starts happening, it's kind of like, it's more of you're just seeing what's already happening in front of you. But like we were saying even earlier, there's already all this information that we're absorbing at one time, you know what I mean, with all these collective senses that we have. And so you're kind of just turning the blinders off, right? Or even not even to say maybe, you know, you're using that third eye to observe the universe, fam. Like where we already take in so much with the two eyes we got now, that third eye opens up, bro, and you start seeing life on a whole new plane. Whole new. brand spanking new.
I agree with that. Zero, you said you had somebody else that had questions in your
Oh
chat.
yeah. I hope he's here still. It's one of my buddies. His name is Samuel. I don't have too much to say about this topic. It's completely left field, by the way. He says, talk about does Eminem still got it or has he lost it? I have no say in this because I like Skittles. Okay, so
You like? Oh,
sorry, bad joke. Okay,
that one
but
went over my
just,
head for
I
a
also
second.
just don't. I mean, you know, Save. I don't listen to music, so
I know that's funny because we were just in your car yesterday, and I literally said that. Does Eminem still have it, or what? What was the other part
or
of
has
that
he
question?
lost it? Like, is he off? Is he just he don't got it anymore?
I would personally say that I don't think Eminem could ever lose it.
Oh wow,
That was a
that was
that was an Eminem reference, you know, because he has a song called "Lose It." But yeah, I mean, I had this conversation with multiple people multiple times, many of.
Oh shit, did we lose him? Oh shit, my thing is fucking freezing like crazy. Hello? 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 Bruv. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna go to mute on his end.
Hey, can you guys still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Yo.
I don't know what happened. Yeah. Oh, Save is gone.
My laptop almost died.
Oh, no worries. I was literally gonna say, hopefully Save can get back on. I don't know what happened. Let me text him.
Oh, I kicked them out, huh?
Yeah. I want to see if he's okay. What happened? Damn, that was such a good conversation too. Somebody said an intermission.
Yeah, dude, we've been going heavy right now. Oh my god,
He doesn't show. Go ahead.
No, this episode is gonna be sick as fuck, dude. I'm gonna be listening to this for hours.
I was gonna say, do you know the show Midnight Gospel?
I've heard of it.
It's literally what we've been talking about for the past 2 hours. It's on Netflix. I think the same creators who made Adventure Time made it. I might be wrong actually. But it's just trippy shit, just like exactly what this is, just on like animated, not a loop, but just in animation form. It's so sick. But somebody said, podcast is giving me Midnight Gospel vibes. Bro. Okay, wait, hold on. Save is in the chat. We talked about souls too much that they're in the afterlife. They're after me. I got Save in the chat. He's saying that we might have to cut it just because. Well, I was just saying that we might want to cut it short because it's already been almost 2 hours. I gotta get to bed pretty soon, and he doesn't know how long it's gonna take for his thing to come back. You're don't wait on me. You guys finish without me. Oh yeah, okay.
No, we lost a trooper.
Bro, that ass the shit was going sick.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, well, you want to let's just go ahead and end it right there. Call it a wrap.
Yeah, we can call it a wrap. If you guys are down, I've been loving the conversation. So if we want to make this a regular thing, that'd be sick. If not, I understand. You guys want to do your own things. That's what I get for using Starbucks internet.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'd love to, talking to you guys is a vibe. So I'm always down.
I'm fucking down, dude. And I mean, being able to connect with everybody first off is always fun. And then like you, him, me, we have people who just like to chime in and stuff, dude. So it really does create good conversation. And it's been some of the most fun conversations I've had. I was honestly going to tell you guys like, hey, we should make this like a Tuesday thing. Like, why not? Like Tuesday at 8, everybody could tune in and watch the show.
Now because I think the first time we did it, people were asking in my chat if this was going to be a regular thing. I was like, I don't know. It really depends if they want me back. It's not my decision. I didn't really put this together. I just asked if I could like kind of talk to you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Matter of fact, we'll talk about it right now in the chat. Fucking, I'll text you guys.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, all right, brother. Hey, man, it was good talking to you again. Everybody, smoking section, you know the deal. 0% big corpse. All right, my boy. Hey, I'm gonna text you guys right now.
All right, everybody in my chat, links in the description. I'm gonna put them all right now. We'll do a little closing session on my end, but it's been great. Thank you for the great conversation, man.
Oh yeah, thank you too, bro. Fucking, it's been really tight, bro. Hey, we gotta link up. We gotta link up one day, dude, and get funky with it. But okay. I'll holler at you right now, brother.
All righty, man. All right, be safe. Peace. Hey, look, it's just me.